All right, y'all. Thank you for coming out tonight and for your kind attention. My name is Bethany Corder. I work at the Mammen Family Public Library, and that's usually the location that y'all meet out of. But I'm so glad that we can join together on Zoom tonight. It doesn't look like things are getting better in Texas right now, and we might be doing this for a few months more, but at least we can all meet together still. So while we are doing everything online right now, might as well show y'all some of the things that you can do from the library. Some of these things are practical that y'all might could use in your businesses and jobs, but also some of them are just purely entertainment or, something to read, that type of thing. So first off, our library's website is mfplibrary.org, and I went ahead and put that in our chat over there to the right. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen straight to that. And y'all can feel free to chat questions at me or hold them to the end or just unmute yourselves and ask. I don't really mind. This is going to be very casual. So on the main page of our website, this is what usually you always see. Just a few little things. We do have a summer reading portal right here in the center. This is important right now just because that most of our classes and events going on right now during the summer months are attached to it. If you go ahead and click on that, it pulls up where you can log books that you've read. We're also doing a walking program and events that you've attended. And if you do that, you can win a $25 gift card each week if you're that lucky person. And then at the end of the year, the end of the summer, you can win a grand gift card that's even more, that's nicer. I haven't even bought it yet, so I can't even tell you how much it's going to be. I have to see how many people participate. So anyway, it's going to be fun. Scrolling down, you can see some of our events that we have going on in summer reading and fun things like y'all's Adobe User Group right here. So that's just a little bit about our summer reading. What y'all probably want to know is what you can use at the library at all times as far as our online resources. You get to our online resource page by clicking on this login to your account. Now, from there, there is something that's kind of important. You probably want to have a library card with us to get to most of our resources. Library cards are free for anyone that lives in the state of Texas. You just have to go up to the library. That's not as easily said and done as it used to be, I guess, in these days and times. But and bring a photo ID. Like your driver's license covers both requirements. It's your photo ID and your current address. So if you have a photo ID that's not your current address, you need to bring a bill or something like that. You get a free library card, and with that, not only can you check out books like we grew up knowing what we could do, but you can also use all of our online resources. So right here, before you start using our resources, always just log in with your card number and last name. And then you're going to scroll down. Looks like I have a chat. Just a second, y'all. Is the book nook closed? That's a good question. It is not. It's open. The library is open for use right now. A good thing to know is Monday we are closing everything except the lobby, which includes like computers to use and printing. And you have to get your books online through this catalog right here where we are. How you would pick out your books would be log into your account and you would just browse your books here, put them on reserve, and go pick them up when we let you know they're ready. But during that time, so tomorrow you can still go by the Book Nook. It's open as regular hours, but they're going to try to move that Book Nook out to that public area that's going to be open to the public. But we might not be able to do that until voting's over with. There's only so many little rooms up in there, so it's a process. But we definitely want to keep those books out there for the public to be able to get to. It's a good question. Scrolling down, all of our electronic resources are underneath this orange bar right here. And this is nice during the pandemic because you can get to them. You don't have to go see anyone, all of that good stuff. So I'm going to kind of break them down and talk about the different categories of resources that we have. So first off, at a library, you think, oh, they have audiobooks and ebooks, of course, right? So that would be our Overdrive and RB Digital, these two main at the very top options. Now, Overdrive, I do want y'all to note that if you download an app just like on your cell phone or a tablet, I would suggest downloading an app called Libby. It's Libby by Overdrive if you're looking and not sure what it is. It's a very good app, Libby, very light, very easy to search books and audiobooks. RB Digital is a little bit more. It's audiobooks primarily, but also I'm going to actually click on it because it's my favorite app right now. I'm not going to lie. Not only is it audiobooks, but also it has magazines with it, as well as education. And I want to just point out this to y'all because, of course, there's transparent language. That's like a Rosetta Stone type course of like learning a new language. But there's also ACT and SAT prep and the GREAT courses. I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with the GREAT courses, but they are professors and industry leaders that would normally be asked to teach at colleges or something like that, very high level courses on everything from food and nutrition to history to music to mathematics. I mean, there's all sorts of interesting things on there. Amazing courses, and usually extremely pricey. So very exciting that they're on here. In entertainment, I do love Acorn TV. It's all your British films. There's also Indie Flicks, Quello Concerts, and the Novella Club. And then Learn It Live is a health and wellness app, so you can download it and watch classes on like yoga or Zumba, or I even took one on proper computer posture while sitting at a desk for X amount of hours every day. I mean, they have exactly everything in it. I do everything wrong about sitting in front of a computer, I think. But it's just good stuff, good background information on that, all free for you to use. So y'all be sure and check all of that out. Now, let me get back. Sorry I had to go into that one. I just love it so much. I'm going to go into this third one as well. Creative Bug is anything that you might want to do that is crafty or hobby related, art related. Let me tell you, I wish I could spend an hour on this. I've actually taught a class on it. It's all any types of projects you might want to learn how to do, art, crafts, sewing. On the sewing, they have patterns. On the art, they have lists of supplies you might need and things you can sub in and out. I have made cards for all my family members during this time and sent them out. It's really cool. It's a very well done program. It's like if any of y'all are used to attending any of Debbie, my coworker's classes, it's like taking one of her classes, but just online at 2 o'clock in the morning if you want to. So very nice. Ancestry.com is library edition. During the pandemic, they are allowing you to use it online from your own computers, and that is to research genealogy. I believe this is still available up until perhaps it's July, and now it is July actually. Y'all write me a note in the chat if you're interested in that, and I'm going to figure out more information on it. But Ancestry is usually only allowed inside the library to get onto, but during the pandemic they had opened it up. I am not 100% sure if that's still open or not to everyone to use just from their desk at home. Tumble Books, this is kind of cool. You do not have to have a library card at all to get to Tumble Books, the Teen Book Cloud, the Audiobook Cloud, Tumble Bath, either. Let's see.
What's the audiobook cloud?
The Audiobook Cloud, okay, some of y'all are interested in Ancestry, but after Rob, when he's done, I'll have the answer for y'all, so we'll do it like that. Good job, guys. So the Audiobook Cloud is, in the little description underneath it, unlimited streaming access to online audiobook collections. And this one you don't have to have a library card to log into to check it out. As far as I know, it's not as, the cloud itself does not have as many books in it as like our RB Digital would, but all the ones that are there you can just stream. You don't have to wait on. You can just listen to whenever you want, so that's very handy there. Just another resource for another group of books. the selection night. There we go. The selection is probably not as large as our ones that we pay for. World Book Online is like an encyclopedia plus 100 things more for kiddos. It's very helpful if they're doing any sorts of home projects or anything like that. Yes, our children's librarian has taught a whole class just on that one app. So it's very useful. It's very fun for the little guys. So if any of y'all have any little kids at home, you might want to check that one out. Canopy, I am going to highlight this for just a moment. It's one of those items that are more on the entertainment side, but I think that's very important right now. We're all a little down, I think. So if y'all want free movies, you can get free movies on Canopy. You get, if you notice in this top right-hand corner, you get 5 a month. You get 5 credits a month. So that means you get to watch 5 of any of these movies a month. It is July 2nd, so I have 5 new credits. How exciting. And you can see that it's added documentaries, cinema, trending now. This is just Amazon Prime, but a different version of it that you don't have to pay for, if that makes sense. Now, I will say Great Courses is also on this, and the Great Courses on this app are, they don't count towards your credit either. So you can watch as many of those Great Courses as you want. And usually they do have a list of movies that don't count towards your credit that they're trying to push. Usually it's documentaries and that type of thing, but hey, if you're like me, that's all you ever watch anyway. So, all right. Next, the thing I do want to highlight to you guys as well, this is probably the most important thing for y'all because y'all are small business owners for the most part, is A to Z databases. Now, I'm going to pull this up real quick. And I want to show y'all a few things on here. Trying to get y'all's faces out of the way now. Okay, so on here you can search if you've ever like looked for Great Uncle Ernest in Houston, and you know his first and last name, you think you know when he was born, and you're like, oh, I really need to reconnect. But and you type it in, and you're getting close, and there's 3 Uncle Ernest in Houston, and then you click on the one you think it is, and it doesn't give you his address because you have to pay $2.99. This is where you want to go. We've done that for you. So from here you can find people, you can find jobs, either find a person, search by phone. You can find jobs, you can find businesses. Very interesting. So if you're like wanting to send out a mailing to somebody in a certain area or that type of thing, that's very useful. Let me scroll down just a touch. If y'all see this mailing list, sales leads, emails, and advanced search right down here, this is kind of important. So let's say right here, if I go to 240 million residents, let's just say we're going to say in Texas, of course. Bulverde. It shows me all the results that pull up, and this is a crazy amount. This is 26,000 residents. But if I go to, I went one too far, by search, I can come over here and I can do a radius around an address or a zip code, a county. I can break it down by age, gender, head of household, by income, length of residence, marital status. And this is the thing that always gets me. I can even break it down by, you know, if I was trying to sell something to someone, beauty and fashion right here, that type of thing. So you can see how quickly you can really break down a list. There's also one length of residence. So if you're wanting to mail out a list to everybody who's lived here only a year, so like newcomers, you can click that as well. So that's kind of crazy for business type things. Interesting. we've never actually used it to send out. I think it's up to date. This is a very reputable company, all those things. So it's a good resource for that type of thing. The Find a Job is very helpful. It ties into like Monster and all of those normal job search websites. And I also want to show y'all.
On the businesses, can we add ours?
That's a good question. Find a business. You could look and search and see if yours is on there. And if it's not, I guess I would go up to this help up here in the top right-hand corner and maybe chat with them and be like, put my business on here. That might be a good option. But I would definitely search your business if I were you. That would be good. I mean, for example, let's search the library just to see. If it's not on here, I'm going to be horrified, but we should be. No records found. Oh, no.
You may have had one of those hobby things checked, though.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Good example. Good example. Okay, so the advanced search, you're right. I was wanting to show y'all, there is an important one that a lot of people like. It is, I'm searching for it. Family reunions? No. It is a background check, and they used to have it just right up here in the top right-hand corner. I'm sorry, y'all, I haven't been on here in a few months, but criminal search. Okay, so you can search out the person or the criminal search right there and go look for a person, and you can actually do a background check. It's like considered what were they saying, like a light background check. You know, this is, of course, isn't like the one you pay for or anything like that, but you can definitely find out information on people. We used to do it on people that we knew had things on them, and it would pull those up. So it's good if you're like about to hire somebody and just want to do a little quick something on them. So that was underneath this Find a Person Platinum search. So anyway, interesting stuff here. It's a lot to crank out and a lot to play with. So that's a very good question to maybe search and see if your business is on there, and if it's not, maybe like I say, go to the help and tell them to add your business to it, or be like, how does my business get onto here? So let me go back, guys.
What did you say about the mailing lists?
Okay, yeah, let me pop back over A to Z. So that is.
I mean, can you buy a mailing list, or what is the?
Well, we were already on it when I was down here at the residence one. We had gotten. Yeah, this is a better one to show you right down below it. It makes more sense. Homeowners, new homeowners. So, you know, this would be like, do you need something new because you just moved here? That would be a good time to grab them. And then you just search by all of these options over here. So like the move distance might be interesting.
Now, Bethany, is this only to send mailings? Because one thing that has to be watched is if you're using MailChimp or Constant Contact, you cannot use mail harvesting or lists that are harvested from a group like this.
So this is addresses, not emails. Does that make sense? Uh-huh.
Okay.
And every great once in a while, they'll have a phone number on there, but it does list at the top that if you're a telemarketer, that you can't use it.
Okay.
Now, since we're a library and we're a nonprofit, it's a little different on those rules. So you might want to check that out for like the phone numbers, especially. But the mailings, like the actual business mail that you can send to them, that's okay to send to. So.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if y'all want me to actually pull out all of these down, but it is kind of cool if you actually do go all the way down into. This is a little north of Bulverde, but and this isn't even all of the different specifications that I can make, but you can see all the crazy amounts of. Oh, I wrote in 760, not 780. So That was my problem. But anyway, you can see all the addresses and see it is actual addresses here, not email addresses. There is phone numbers on some of these, but you know, if they're on the do not call list, that is when you do not call them. So, and this one is new homeowners added, actually. The first one that I had kind of showed y'all, it was just people with those different interests. So, and then over here on the left is like healthcare professionals, businesses. I was gonna see if it's like add a new business or anything on here, because Elizabeth, I think, who it was that asked that, but anyway, this is very, I guess, powerful, you could say. You can see how you could use this. If y'all ever wanted me to work on a class just for this, I would definitely do a lot more research on it for y'all. And you can also, I wanted to show y'all the intro videos up here, the reference desk, and contact, all of those. You can actually watch webinars on certain topics within this. So when I've taught a class on like a certain area of it before, I've gone and watched those and like asked them to actually do a class with me and that type of thing, and they're very helpful. So this is a very powerful tool for sure, but you do kind of have to know what you're searching for to go after something. So,
Well, Bethany, I think I might, if others are interested, might take you up on that.
okay, yeah, definitely. Let me know a good time that it would work with y'all's schedule. So,
Okay.
Okay, moving on, transparent languages, that was within that app that we were already talking about up here, RB Digital, but that's just something for you to go back to if you're wanting to learn a new language. I also, oh, there's the romance book cloud. Did y'all notice that that was buried in here? I don't know, somebody must not like romance books. So let's see, I wanted to point out to y'all this legal information reference center and legal forms. I'm going to pull up the legal forms real quick because that could be useful. As library employees, it's so sad that I've had so many older folks come into the library and tell me they want me to help them write their will, and I'm like, I'm not a lawyer, I can't help you, but I can give you this resource and you can figure out how, you know, at least to get started on something. So on here, on the left hand side over here, it's really simple to pull up sample letters of all sorts of things that you might need, or want things that you need to get your hands on and don't want to have to pay a lawyer for. And a lot of them are just like kind of the baseline of something that you might need to add a lot to, of course, and probably want a lawyer to look at, but it definitely gets you started. So this is kind of handy. Okay, one down from that is Learning Express. I'm going to open this up as well just because it is pretty important. I want to show y'all. Is Rob here yet? I don't want to take up too much of his time, so I haven't seen him there. On here, we have a lot of different things that I don't know what stage and age y'all are at, but there's a lot of stuff to help your kiddos if they're kind of struggling, which might be good now if they're home with you. So like homework stuff on math and all that good stuff. That's the high school equivalency center is more like the GED, that area. Let me scroll down here. The school center. So that's like classroom, homework for kiddos, all that good stuff. Oh, sorry, y'all, I have 3 chats. Okay, Rob is here. I will be done with this one.
You're good, Bethany. We're doing good on time.
Y'all are all good on time. Okay.
Yeah,
So that's good. That's good for the kiddos. Going up, the College Center Plus and the College Success Skills, those are, you know, if you're more in the college level of classes and all that good stuff. The college admissions test preparation is very important for a lot of our members. They really like this for those SAT and ACT tests, as well as the High School Equivalency Center. A lot of folks work on this for like their GED and all of that good stuff. But I did want to point out to y'all as well is the adult core skills. And something also that's important is the Spanish resources down there as well. And underneath the adult core skills, it's some help, including that is to become a U.S. citizen. All of these are very, very important, and they're kind of buried, which I kind of hate for, you know, if you have somebody come up and you're like, I need help on some of these areas. I do want to show y'all on here as well. Let me orient myself. Underneath this job and career accelerator, there's the build resumes and job letters, but also there's a find a career match. It's kind of fun. It's a test and it shows you like all the things that you're interested in and you like and what your skill level would be. So pretty much like it told me I need to either be a nurse or like help do community care event type things. And so since I fainted at the sight of blood, it makes sense. I like helping people, like with dealing with people and working with people. So it did come out to like the right type of thing that I needed to go with. I took it a few years ago. So it was, for me, it was helpful, especially if I was younger and wanting like a new job or something like that. You can also search for jobs here, prepare for interviews, and discover schools and scholarships. So that's like for that little bit younger crowd sometimes, but also very, very useful there. Okay, guys, scrolling down, some of these, the Home Improvement Reference Center. If you need to know how to take apart your sink, or more importantly, how to put it back together, that's where you need to go. The Small Business Reference Center, this might be helpful for some of you guys. I know y'all own your own businesses. Just a lot of really like in-depth study type things if you're needing anything specific. Because as a library, we can't keep up with books on all of these topics because they rewrite them so much, so it's easier just to keep them online in a way, I guess you could say. Scrolling down, Hobbies and Craft Reference Center. This was really cool before we got the new shiny fancy app that was Video's creative bug up ahead. But now it's still cool, but it's just kind of PDF printout, so it's not quite as exciting as that other one. But Pro Citizen, if somebody wants citizenship, that's another great place that they can go to study. Teaching books is another kiddos thing, and these last few are all just free books and resources, and a lot of the Learning Express are just pulled down from other parts of the app that we already have pulled up. So, Chilton Auto Repair is also very important as well because we do not carry all of those books in the library anymore. We did for a while, but then it just got to be too many. So those are important right there. And the Texas Interlibrary Loan System, that last one, it's not really functioning all that well right now because we're having a hard time working with other libraries to get books from them because a lot of them are closed. So if you do have a request for a library book from another library, go ahead and make it, but it might be a little while. So anyway, y'all, I will go back to the chat and see some of the questions that y'all had and try to answer them at the end, or just chat back to y'all directly as Rob takes off. So
on the library card,
yes, ma'am.
You have to go to the library to get it. You can't get it any other way right now.
Okay, so I'm gonna go into that with a segue. While the library was closed to the public earlier during all of this mess, right here, there was a little spot that was like, don't have a library card, apply for an online one now. And you could do it if you were from the Bulverde area. I think it was Comal County actually. And they allowed you to get an online library card, and then you would have to come in and sign for it when we opened back up. Now they took that off when we opened up to the public, but now with us closing on Monday, to the library part, you know, the book part of the library, I don't know if they're going to put that back up. So you could either
Well, my friend doesn't live in Bulverde anyway. She lives over by 410, but I know she would be interested in that craft thing.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So I guess they'll have to come in when they can.
I mean, I wouldn't be. I've given my library card number to like my friend and let them get on and to do that same craft thing. So like I get it, you know, like I totally get that. But to tell her to check her local library, they might have it as well. So that's always good. But yeah, my mom, who lives like 10 counties away, she has a library card with us. She did come in and get it, that type of thing. But she can use all of our online resources. So we love for people to get our cards and use our books and stuff. It's just, it's kind of harder when it is you know, when stuff's kind of closed down right now. So, but yeah, Elizabeth, definitely. And if you can tell her to come in tomorrow before we close, like tell her to get in tomorrow. So, all right, y'all.